It was a brilliant comeback for Manchester United, a brilliant display from Edinson Cavani. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be overshadowed because he's made, I would consider it an idiotic move, really. He's used language that's deemed racist, and it has quite rightly been picked up. We've seen this language used before. We've seen ramifications. Luis Suarez, I think, was one that got an 8-match ban. I believe he got. What did you make of this particular incident?
It's a 3-match ban. It's fairly straightforward. The FA updated their guidelines before the start of the season. All the players were told about it. Players coming into this country, a club like Manchester United will have a player liaison officer who will go through, this is what you can do on social media. This is the type of language that is not considered acceptable, quite rightly over here, that we've seen obviously with which Suarez used against Evra. Bernardo Silva, slightly different incident as well. Players should be aware of this. So it's a 3-match ban coming Cavani's way because it's social media. If that had been on the pitch, I think you're talking to Anton Ferdinand later, it's a 6-12 game minimum. So look, players are aware. And look, Solskjaer, he must be so frustrated. It looks like he's solved his attacking lineup now. Everyone knows how good Cavani's in, and now he's going to lose him for 3 games. And rightly so, because listen, we've got to kick it out.
100%. Henry, just on that, do you think, in your opinion, it's worse said on a pitch or when you're consciously writing about it?
Well, it's an interesting point, that, because in a way, if you're actually saying it and you're actually sort of considering it, you're saying, right, I'm going to compose this tweet, whether it's also Instagram, and Instagram tends to be more personal. A lot of tweets are actually done by sort of players, teams, or people around them, obviously with their awareness. It's an interesting point, the heat of the moment. I think it is said directly to someone. That is, as happened in the sort of Suarez Evra case. But he deserved, I think he got an 8-game ban for that, and he deserved that. I don't know, look, you're in the middle of it. Which for you is worse, to have something said like that on social media, or something said in the game, which may be actually obviously more towards you?
Yeah, I think it's never right, no matter which way you look at it. I just think when you, as you say, when you write a message out, it's considered 9 times out of 10 you'll proofread it before putting it out there, because you don't want to make yourself look an idiot. And at no point in the psychological did you go, that's not right. That's what just worries me a little bit. I understand we get 3-game bans now, but I just want to know whether the FA are educating players when they come to this country, because I don't think he's meant it to insult anyone, but educate what's acceptable and what isn't.
I thought that. How's he got this far in life without realising, though, that that's not acceptable? Because, look, you live in the world of football. You've seen, even if you aren't aware that particular word is deemed racist in your circles, surely you would have looked around and known about other incidents that have happened, that Henry, like you've mentioned there, where players have used that word and got banned. So surely you'd understand from that perspective.
I think, sorry, diving in, Troy, I just think from Cavani's perspective, Suarez is an international teammate of his. He's a compatriot of his. He knows him. He's a friend. He will have known the sort of what Suarez went through. It was, I covered it. It was about sort of 3 weeks of successive headlines. You covered it on talkSPORT. It was absolutely huge. Players were talking about it. Everyone was talking about it. That story went around the world. So Cavani would not have been unaware of the type of bar that we have on certain words in this country that simply can't be used. And again, Cavani is not an individual, living in his own tiny bubble. He's got people around him, the Manchester United, social media people, everyone will have talked to him about it. He will have been sent the FA guidelines to go through and said, listen, this is what is not acceptable in this country. And look, and rightly so. As Anton, I'm sure, will tell you, and he's got this fantastic documentary coming out later tonight, we've got to take this issue seriously. I think from what, Troy, you're saying, you believe 3 matches won't be enough.
No, I don't think it is. Again, it's considered, in my opinion, it's a considered tweet or Instagram, sorry, that he's written it out, thought about it, and as we said, you've got people around that would go, well, I don't think you should really do that. And he's probably acted in a moment of happiness, obviously scoring, and that's why I don't take it as he's meant offence by it. He just hasn't understood the ramifications of his words. So I do think at times 3 games isn't enough, because it's got to be 3 games with a form of education, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And understanding that these words hurt people and these are the effects of why it hurts people. So, it's just that. And I'd be very interested to see what Patrice Evra's got to say on it.